Friends, how we doing? Hope you're keeping safe and hope you're keeping fit. I'm Dr. Lajuni Oyedotu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure being here to share with us about important information, important knowledge on how we can keep healthy, how we can keep fit, and how we can take charge of our health. As we all know, knowledge is power. So today I'm going to be talking to us about a very important topic, osteoarthritis, that we commonly call arthritis. Osteoarthritis just means, osteo means bone, and arthritis just means inflammation of the joint. So when the bone and the joints are inflamed, that's what we call osteoarthritis. So basically, what happens in osteoarthritis? In osteoarthritis, the as we have in our body different joints, what forms a joint is the coming together of at least two bones. Two bones come together, to form a joint. Now, these bones don't just come together and touch themselves like this. I mean, if it was like that, we won't be able to walk for too long. We'll have a lot of pain because the bones will rub over each other like that. And God has been so gracious and He created what we call cartilages. Now, these cartilages act as cushion in between the two bones coming together to form a joint. So, what happens is that when you walk, when you move, this cartilage together with what we call synovial fluid helps to lubricate everything and make everything really well cushioned, and you don't even feel any pain. You just moving, you just getting on, moving on, and all that. But in osteoarthritis, what happens is that this cartilage wears out or begins to wear out, because it's a progressive condition. So it begins to wear out and thins out such that these bones come in contact with each other and grind over each other and result in stiffness and pain in the joints. This is very common with age. As we know, if we apply it to the cars that we use, we know that over time, when a car is being used, the parts begin to undergo wear and tear, and you either have to replace the car or replace the part. But in this case, there are no spare parts, unfortunately. So what the best we can do is to slow down the progression of the osteoarthritis or prevent it in the first place. Now, it's important to say that it's not every time that we can actually prevent osteoarthritis, because sometimes it's just an inevitable result of the aging process. But there are some other factors that, hasten the progression or worsen the condition in people. A very important factor is our weight. Excessive weight goes a long way to cause or to predispose us to osteoarthritis, because what usually happens is that our weight, that the joints, the knee joint, the weight joint, they're the major weight bearing joints in the body. So when an individual is overweight or obese, you place more tension on those joints such that the cartilages that provide cushion easily wear out. They easily thin out when one is obese or overweight. So this tells us that it's important to control our weight if we really want to prevent osteoarthritis. Apart from that, certain chemicals are produced by fat cells in the body. They're called cytokines, and they can be destructive They can destroy these cartilages between our joints that help to provide cushion against the friction. They help to provide cushion and to support the joint. So it's very important that we lose weight. One of the very important factor in preventing osteoarthritis and controlling it in someone who already has it is physical activity. Exercise is important because exercise helps to tone up the muscles that support the joints. It tones them up and it strengthens them such that the joints are stable, the joints work better. Exercise, very important. It can be overemphasized. And of course, we know that exercise is not just good alone for preventing or controlling osteoarthritis. It's also important in controlling and preventing chronic diseases like hypertension and diabetes mellitus. Now, this takes me to another factor in osteoarthritis, diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus can result in stiffening of the cartilages such that they are not able to withstand the weight of our body, and the cartilage can easily cave in, over just minor trauma and minor pressure. So it's important that anyone living with diabetes mellitus keep their diabetes mellitus under check. So in summary, I like to say arthritis is a chronic illness that we can slow the progression by our lifestyle. Exercise is very important in preventing arthritis, and being overweight strains our joints and make them wear out faster. Weight control prevents arthritis and slows down its progression in those who already have it. And let's remember to protect our joints and make sure we rest them, especially when we have injuries. Also, a poorly controlled blood sugar hurts our joints. So if you're diabetic, make sure you keep your blood sugar under check. Also, we need to prevent the progression of arthritis by detecting it early. So if you see signs of painful joint or stiffness, we should report to our doctor. I want to thank you for listening. In my subsequent videos, I'm going to be talking to us about some of the specific things that we can do, specific exercise that we can do to strengthen our joints, to strengthen our bones, so that we reduce our risk of osteoarthritis. I'm also going to be talking to us about some of the lifestyle modifications that we can do, such as the kind of the choice of footwear and things like that we can do, the kind of food that we should eat and we should avoid if we want to prevent osteoarthritis. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel and share our videos, and keep watching this space for more interesting educative videos. Thank you.